We start with breaking news tonight after a car crash on Route 17 westbound. Multiple viewers have called in and said the traffic is backed up. This after the crash near the McGatt Street exit on Route 17 westbound. And we did have a viewer send in a clip of a car that was flipped over, so we were able to confirm that. Of course, this is 511NY, which we use to be able to confirm when there is crashes, backed up traffic. Right now, they're not reporting anything, but if you click on the little icon that shows the camera, and you go down and do show video, you can actually see that multiple emergency crews are there along the road where it happened. And we do have a crew on the way to the scene right now also to get footage of this. Of course, we're working to learn if there are any injuries, how this happened to begin with. We're going to continue to bring you updates. And again, traffic is backed up along the area here. So if you are traveling on 17 westbound around this time tonight, make sure to give yourself some extra time and use some caution going through the area here.
Thanks for joining us. We start with breaking news tonight.
Yeah, part of Route 17 eastbound near Windsor was closed for hours following a serious crash there. Here's a look at the scene. This was around 8:30 when our news crew first arrived. According to emergency crews who were there are injuries, but we're not sure how severe they are. 511NY was also reporting the vehicle caught fire after the crash. The Windsor and West Windsor fire departments were on the scene, as well as state police and the Broome County Sheriff's Office. Again, the highway is back open and the scene has been cleared. Stay with us here on 12 News as we will bring you any updates as they come into our newsroom. Welcome back. If you're just joining us tonight, we're continuing to follow breaking news out of Eastern Europe as the war in Ukraine is underway. Russian President Vladimir Putin officially announced an invasion of Ukraine in a military operation as explosions have also been heard throughout parts of Ukraine tonight. Now, just into our newsroom, seconds ago, I'm reading this for the first time, the NATO Secretary General released a statement saying, quote, "I strongly condemn Russia's reckless and unprovoked attack against Ukraine, which puts at risk countless civilian lives. Once again, despite our repeated warnings and tireless efforts to engage in diplomacy, Russia has chosen a path of aggression against a sovereign and independent country." We start with breaking news tonight as we have a 12 News crew live on the scene of this house fire in the town of Colesville. This is right on Lipper Road. There's a lot of information that we're trying to confirm, but what we know right now, again, this happened right on Lipper Road in the town of Colesville. Our crew was sent to the scene at around 10:15 this evening, and they just got there. So, of course, this is a live look at a multi-story structure fire in the town of Colesville right on Lipper Road. Now, what we're working to learn, if there are any injuries, how the fire started, and of course how many agencies are there. We're going to continue to stay there for a few hours here to get some information and more footage of the scene. Again, this is an active structure fire in the town of Colesville right on Lipper Road. Make sure to stay with us here on 12 News if any more new information is released or comes into our newsroom.
Today, the President and First Lady made the trip to Buffalo, and that's where we find our own Scott Sasina tonight, who has more on the President's visit. Scott.
Caitlin, President Biden didn't mince words during his press conference this afternoon, calling this act of violence a mass shooting and an act of domestic terrorism. Now, earlier this morning, the President and First Lady walked the grounds of the top supermarket here, laying flowers and taking time to think about the 10 lives cut short. But it wasn't just the Bidens paying their respects. People from all across the state and beyond have been coming here today. I spoke with one local woman who lives nearby and had just walked out of the store when the shooting happened. She shared those intense moments with me, remembering one of the victims that she knew.
Live from the Dick's Sporting Goods Open, this is 12 News at 5.
This special edition of 12 News live from the Enjoy Golf Club, home to the Dick's Sporting Goods Open.
PGA Tour champions and fans alike have arrived and are ready for this annual event.
Yeah, from event parking to security and, of course, good food options.
To, of course, the charitable endeavors and the volunteers that make all of this possible. 12 News has the story.
And when it comes to an event like this, it draws in around 80,000 people every single year to the area, not including the 15,000 that just come for the concert alone. And with a large influx of people coming to the village of Endicott, local restaurants, especially those close to the Enjoy Golf Club, see an increase in business.
All right, Jill, thank you. Well, from setup to cleanup and during the tournament itself, there are hundreds of hands on deck to make all of the Dick's Sporting Goods Open possible.
You got that right. Volunteers have been coming back year after year. And for some, it's been a tradition that's been decades in the making here. Our Macy Cosmore caught up with some volunteers to learn what it takes to be one and what keeps bringing them back year after year. also over on our website. And speaking of our website, as I mentioned, we have a web story right now up in case you missed some of the results over there. If you head to WBNG.com, you're going to see this story, results here, school budgets. You click right on that. You're going to be able to scroll down a little bit. And if I said you missed some of the results that were scrolling behind me, all you got to do, scroll through here and find the one that fits you. Like I said, a lot of these do have propositions that go with them, not just the budget overall. So again, if you scroll through, you can find the one for you and be able to see the details on there. Again, if you want to check this out for yourself, this is right over on WBNG.com. If you'd like to file a grievance against your current assessment, you can find the form and information right at the Town of Vestal website. You're going to want to go under the Government tab, which is up here, and then it'll have a little drop-down menu. Now, from there, click on Assessor, and then on the side over here, you're going to see a bunch of different tabs. You want to click on the one that says 2023 Vestal Grievance Procedure. You click on that, and then it'll take you right to the complaint form and the procedure form where you can find all the information, and you can also find the form that you need to fill out. An important thing to note when it comes to all of this, you have until May 23rd of this year to drop off the form at the assessor's office by 4 p.m. Make sure to continue to follow us here on 12 News as we're going to bring you more updates as we continue to follow this story. Redistricting and a delayed primary, two factors making this election year rather complex and somewhat confusing. Today is the second primary election this summer. The polls closed at 9, and as the results begin to trickle in, we're looking at one of the top races of the night. And that's the 19th congressional district race. Here's a look at the results as we're seeing them live. With 87% of precincts reporting, candidate Josh Riley is leading Jamie Chaney with 64% of the votes. And when it comes to that race, our very own Jill Croce has been at Josh Riley's live watch party tonight. She joins us live with more with Riley himself. Jill?
Ponies taking on the Reading Fighting Phils at 6:35. Our own Robin Hearn's going to be throwing out the first pitch. Howard, how's the weather looking?
Hey, it looks pretty good. You know, the one bad thing about Robin throwing it out is that we're not going to get to see Scott bounce it halfway to home plate.
Oh!
Remember, he was supposed to a couple of weeks
funny
ago.
Guy.
Yeah.
Funny guy. Why don't you get to the weather, Howard? Why don't you get... No, don't put it on me. No, put it over on him. Make him do his job.
Remember, you went out and practiced with Jason Doris and everything.
I was doing
and
pretty
it's all
good,
for
too.
naught now, yeah. Next week.
I have to say I'm a little nervous to be sitting between the both of you.
Why, I
oughta.
I'm been warming up my shoulder over here.
How come I didn't get the orange memo?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Left you out on purpose, I guess.
Tell Howard I'm not talking to him for the rest of the night.
Well, coming up next on 12 News, we're going to learn.
For Friday into the weekend with those highs near 82 degrees. A little milder in the overnight, Scott, with those lows in the 60s.
A little bit of a roller coaster here for the 7-day.
Yeah, and say we have the rainfall for today. We'll have to watch out for that. 4th of July doesn't look too bad, but it is going to get hot by Wednesday.
All right, Brian, thank you.
Boom.
Coming up next year at noon, we're going to share some local events going on around the southern tier. Stick around.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Miranda. Really appreciate it. Again, we'll be back here in a few minutes with the final check of the weather. But for now, in Binghamton, Jason Doris, 12 News.
I want to see more of the Penguins.
Yeah, right.
That one sounds like me when I'm hungry.
Oh, boy.
Yell constantly. Now it's time for Check On Sports.
Yeah, I think the Penguins should do it instead. But
All right, thank you, Howard, and thank you for making us part of your night tonight. Make sure to turn into 12 News in the morning for those latest news and weather headlines.
And the Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next. Have a wonderful night tonight, folks, and we will see you here tomorrow.